Witness the legendary story of tragic love in one of the most iconic ballets of all time. Set Chavaski's heart-wrenching score featuring new, locally crafted sets, Swan Lake tells the spellbinding tale of two star-crossed souls and the evil forces that come between them. But can true love break the curse? The Louisville Ballet's Swan Lake is dancing its way into the Brown Theater, and here to tell us more is artistic director Anthony Kreutzkamp. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
This is so iconic, but to kind of take us back to when this first was created back in the 1870s, it was kind of a flop of a ballet, which is so crazy to think of that now.
Yes, the first choreographer actually, it was a really bad review. The corps de ballet sets, the costumes, everything were just trash. And it wasn't until Marius Petipa decided to pick up the score again and to create what we now know.
Which is just beautiful to think of. It is so iconic, one of the most well-known ballets of all time. And why do you think it's just so iconic?
Well, it is a story of love, and it's a story about, you know, swearing your love to someone, and it's a way to break a curse. But also at the same time, you know, the evil sorcerer Rothbart brings Odile, who looks just like Odette, in order for him to say, I swear, which means they'll never be together. But in our version, true love breaks the curse.
Oh, because there are two different versions
There
of
are
this.
two different versions. The first one, they jump off a rock, actually, and live in the afterlife together. Our version is a little lighter and nicer.
Yes, more family friendly.
Family friendly, yes.
And so you were actually part of the ballet before, has done this several times. So take us back to when you first did Swan Lake.
I think I was 19 years old, actually.
Okay.
I think I was very lucky because there were injuries in the company, and all of a sudden I was doing this role, and it's a very hard role. It's 4 acts. You are very tired at the end of the show, but that's actually very nice because emotions come easier when you're tired.
Right.
But in order to kind of embody the role, you have to act and move of that generation of classical ballet. So it's a real education when you're rehearsing in order to perform this correctly.
And what's so special about this time around is the sets are all brand new. Normally they come from overseas, but they're actually made right here in Louisville. Yes,
Carl Anderson did a wonderful design. Our whole production team has been working nonstop at our warehouse, painting, making things. And like you said, it doesn't really happen here in America very often, but they're actually made here in Louisville.
Which is...
They're stunning.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see it in person. Of course, the costumes. You always do such an amazing job on that. I've been in your basement area before where all of the archives get pulled out. And oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see what you've done this time around.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
The swans are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Not that I ever wore one.
Right.
But being the director, to see that out there, even in just rehearsal, I can't wait to see them under the lights.
So do you have a favorite swan then?
Oh, they're so different. You know, Odette has to be so soft and supple, and it's a tender loving. And then I would say Odile's a bit spicy. So, and it's really nice to coach both because it's one person doing both roles.
Right.
So it's really 2 different characters in one show. So I can't pick one.
Okay.
I love both. They're both wonderful.
So you definitely have to come out and see it. And so how many are actually in the cast this time around?
Oh, geez, we have 24 company members and 22 studio company members.
Wow.
And 2 children in the show.
Oh, you have to give them a chance
Yeah, we have to give them a chance to be on, you know, on stage with their heroes.
And so we were looking at some beautiful pictures of rehearsals. That's such an iconic scene right there.
It is, the 4 signets.
So beautiful. So if people have never gone out to see a show before, have never seen ballet in person before, why would Swan Lake be a really good introduction for them?
Well, ballet and dance in general has changed throughout all these years. You know, we have contemporary works, neoclassical, I mean, you know, things that you see that don't, so you think you can dance kind of thing. But this is like going back to the truest form of ballet. Like what it's supposed to be, how it was made, the scores that were there, the costumes. It's like I said, the purest way to watch it.
Yeah. It really is. And since you've performed it, now you are directing it. Is there like a favorite part of this particular ballet that you're just so drawn to every time?
Yes. I mean, just because I was Siegfried, the male lead, it's called the White Swan Pas de Deux. And it's when you first meet Odette and you fall, it's instantaneous love, love at first sight. But the way you have to partner her has to be, you're almost like a shadow behind her. And she needs to float. And it's very hard.
Yeah.
Because it's not only just how you pick her up. You have to pick her up very slowly, put her down very slowly. At the end of the day, your arms are flopping.
Yeah.
But I loved performing that, even more than, you know, third act, which is what most people think, you know, with all the fouettes and turns and things like that.
32 of them.
32 of them. But, you know, it's how you have to do it I really liked.
And that's why people just want more, and that's why you are almost sold out of tickets.
Yes, I think tomorrow we'll probably announce 2 of the shows will be sold out.
Okay.
Actually, so
you're gonna have to get those tickets right now if you're interested in coming out to the show. Thank you so much for stopping by today.
thanks for having me.
Of course. So again, if you are interested in getting those tickets and learning more about their 2025-2026 season, just head over to LouisvilleBallet.org.